The first card you have your past, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, a few different things here. This is a very, very independent, very independent card. She has everything she needs. You know, she doesn't need anyone else. She's all by herself. She's quite happy by herself. I think this is about you, literally. Not that you were so happy, but it was like you're minding your own business, actually, focusing on yourself. It feels like you were just focusing on yourself after a big storm or something like that. Some big thing happened, and whatever the storm is, it really changed your life. It changed the course of your life, actually. You're going one way, and this big storm happened, and then you changed and went in another direction. That's what I'm seeing. That there's some kind of work incident around this. There's some kind of work thing that was a part of this change, I should say. And I don't think you were directly involved, but it did involve you. You stood back and you saw this. Yeah, and I think that was what started you on this new road. It doesn't feel good, actually. That's why I'm hesitating, because it feels like something not very good. It doesn't feel like a shock. It's not like, oh, big shock and I have to change. It's not like that. It was not good, and you kind of felt that something was happening. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. This is what this might be, if this resonates. So yeah, there's love here. There's a work involvement here with love. So it might be that you were with someone and they had a third party at work. That's what I'm seeing. Something like that, or they were flirting with people at work or talking to someone at work. It feels like they met someone there. Now, I'm getting circle here. I'm seeing this full circle. It's like coming around in a circle. It feels like maybe you might have met them in the workplace, or you met someone in the workplace, and they ended up with someone else in another workplace. That's kind of what I'm getting. So kind of like well, not really a circle, more like a chain going on and on and on. So yeah, a circle coming around with, you know, not that you didn't have a third party, you didn't have an affair, you didn't cheat or anything like that. But I think you might have had a relationship that had something to do with work, whether that was a colleague, a client, I don't know, something. And then they ended up with someone at work. And I think this was a third party. So I know that's specific. It probably won't resonate with everyone, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that very clearly. There's a lot of secrecy here, obviously, there would be. You know, this card can also be about choices. It actually feels like a choice was taken away from you. Yeah, I think you were left to pick up the pieces. It was like you're forced to make a set of choices that you didn't want to make, and you just had to. You picked up the pieces, you picked yourself up with whatever you had, and you just made the best of what you had. And yeah, I think there's some love around you now. There's love. I'm not sure whether this is a relationship or platonic love, but there's love around you. There's support around you. I'm feeling that. It might not be physically around you. It might be people from far away, but there is support from someone around you. It looks to me like you moved. You might have even moved to be with this person or with someone, and you ended up staying after that separation. Or it might be that you moved alongside the time that you're with them. There was some reason why you're where you are, and it's not because that's where you're brought up. It's something like that, and it does feel very like it feels like, oh well, I don't really want to be here, but I'm here now. It's not fantastic, but this is what I have, so I'm here. That's kind of what it feels like. So if this is all resonating with you, you've done amazingly well to pick yourself up and get yourself to where you are now. I think you might have a goal to, you know, eventually move away from where you are if this resonates, because it feels like, you know, it feels like you don't quite feel yourself where you are. It's you're there. You went there for a reason, and that reason isn't there anymore. So, but you're kind of still there. I am seeing you eventually moving away if this is you. But there's a lot of work to do first. You can do this, but there's a lot that has to be done to get you to do that. There's probably, probably financial, logistics, all kinds of things like that. Okay, so the next card you have for your past is the Hanged Man. So just looking at him, yeah, so again, this is a similar thing. Things were hidden, secrets. He has his hands behind his back. So this person that you're with, they were hiding things from you, this third party, this work thing, and cheating, whatever that was. So it feels like you knew this was happening, because I wasn't seeing a shock. This is what I was seeing in the Nine of Pentacles. It wasn't a shock. It wasn't nice. It wasn't fantastic, obviously, but it wasn't like, oh, because I think your instincts were telling you something was happening. I think you might have had a bit of evidence, a few little hints that that was what was happening. And you have very, very good instincts as well. But there's this kind of paralyzed, frozen feeling around this. And sometimes when people are in shock, even though it wasn't like a shock like that, it was still a shock. Like it still wasn't good, and you still had a lot to think about all of a sudden. So when people are in shock, sometimes they do freeze and they find it hard to make decisions, and I think that's what happened. But you can see here again in this card that you knew something was happening. You suspected this, you knew this, because you can see the light bulb around his head, so you knew. But you stood back, you held back like this man, you didn't take any action. And part of it was because you just were frozen, you didn't know what to do. Yeah, it was kind of like your mind might have been spiraling, because I'm getting this spiraling in your mind. It's like, oh, I can't do anything, because if I do that, then that'll create that problem. And if I do that, that'll make that problem, and it's kind of going around in a circle. So you didn't actually do anything, and you were just stuck like this hanged man. Then I think what happened after that was it's like this whole decision was just taken away from you. It might be that they decided to leave, or they decided to move away, or they went off with whoever this person was, or something like that. And you just had to deal with what there was. You had to deal with the rubble. You had what was left, and I'm surprised the Death card's not here actually, but it's not. But this is what I'm seeing happening. So you had to deal with what you had, and once again, if this is you, congratulations, because you've done an amazing job to get from that to where you are. I can see that. Okay, so the last card you have for your past, Temperance, which I love. I love this card. And again, rising out of adversity, alchemy, which can be about making a not so good thing or situation or circumstance or something into something better, into something that's right for you. It's about healing as well, with these beautiful daffodils on this card. So yeah, you picked up the rubble, whatever you had left, and you made this new life for yourself, I think. I keep on getting this not feeling very happy where you are. I think you're okay, but it's not what you'd love. It's not ideal for you. And the Hanged Man can be about sacrifice. So I think maybe you sacrificed where you truly want to be, where you live, for some other thing, maybe another person, because I am seeing a little bit of pressure around this. But you've got independence now. It looks like one of your goals is to be where you want to be now that you've got this independence. You feel as if, okay, I can do this now. I can go and do this. It might take time, but I'm by myself. I'm the Nine of Pentacles, so I can do what I want now. Yeah, there's pressure. This is what I'm seeing. So maybe this is why you're where you are now, because there's this pressure here. It's a little bit of manipulation as well, I think. Okay, I'm specifically seeing, not these exact words, but it's something like, oh, if you love me, you'll be here. You'll move to be with me, or you'll come with me. It's that kind of pressure. But you're on the way out of this, or you're planning to be on your way out of this now. There might be a bit of conflict around moving. So just be aware of this. If you're planning on moving, just think about this as well. Consider this. There's someone who's close to you. I can't quite tell whether this is a love connection or a friend. but I was seeing that support around you in the Nine of Pentacles, so it's someone who supports you. There's a bit of conflict here between them and this potential move. It hasn't happened now. I don't think they've said anything, but there's some, when you do say this to them or something, they're not going to be all that happy about that, I don't think. So there's that. And yeah, if there are children involved in this, and there might be, because you've got the Queen of Pentacles, which can be about that, and the Empress as well. So if there are, that might be a challenge to this move as well, because if you have an ex who's a parent of these children or this child, they might protest the move. Or it might be that it's just logistics, getting them into schools, doing all of that is quite difficult. It's quite a challenge. So it might be that. So just factor in all of these challenges when you're making these plans, if this is what you want to do. You can do this. It's just a lot of effort. And you're going to have to be sensitive, because there are going to be some people who have a lot of mixed feelings around this move, if that's what you want to do. Okay, so the first card you have your presence is, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, beautiful card, very nurturing. Again, it can be about a parent and a child. This is a really abundant card, and it reflects the Nine of Pentacles, and they're right next to each other, so we can look at them together here. So there's a beautiful lush garden, and it's on both of these cards. So your ability to earn, your ability to make more money right now, I think it's really heightened right now. It's heightened at this time. I know these two women look as if they're just resting. But sometimes a lot of work can go into looking as if you're not doing much. I know that sounds crazy, but what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. If you look at ice skaters or any kind of athlete, and if you just watch them perform, it looks easy, but years and years and years of practice would have gone into that. Getting up at 4 a.m, training for hours every day. People don't see that. People don't see that side. They just see the performance. So yeah, this is a time of abundance for you, but only if you're putting extra work in. Only if you're putting that work in. I think you are. I think you do already put work in, but you're going to have to put some extra in. I think it's like harvest time. Fruits of your labour are here. This lush garden, this fertile soil and everything, all the fruits are coming up, and you have to put the work in, and they're going to be there. So yeah, all over this reading there are people who are by themselves. It's everywhere here. Every person's by themselves. So it might be that you have your own business, or that you're working by yourself, or that's what you want to do. But whatever it is, don't waste time. Abundance is there. Abundance is in front of you. It's right there. All you need to do is put the extra work in now, and then you'll collect that later. And you'll be able to collect it soon. The rewards are coming soon. Probably in the next month or so, you'll be able to get these rewards from what you're doing now. And you've got loads of cards showing you this abundance. It's everywhere. So do the work now. Put lots and lots and lots of work in now. That's what I'm seeing now. Okay, so the next card you have for your presence, the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, here we are. Abundance after hard work. You have been doing that. You've been putting the work in, but I think if you put more in, it'll be worth it. It'll be fine. Yeah, so I know I'm saying work hard and everything, but there's some kind of pressure around you, I think. Some of it might be coming from work, I think. Yeah, there's some demanding people, and I think they are around work, entitled, demanding people, trying to get you to do things for them. Try and eliminate as many of these demands as you can, because it feels like you're trying to focus on something, and you need to focus. This is what I'm seeing all through this. You need to be able to focus, but it's being split right now. It's being split into a lot of different directions, that focus. So yeah, okay, I'm seeing something quite specific here. I'm getting phone calls. Yeah, lots and lots of phone calls. They're all about the same thing. It's really strange, or a similar thing. It feels like the same story being repeated over and over again. So boring. Over and over again. And you're trying to kind of be polite with this person. They're kind of repeating, oh, this happened, and then that happened, and then this happened, and they say the same thing again and again, and you're kind of sitting there on the other end going, well, can you get to the end, please? I want to hang up. I've got work to do. So they're going on, and you need to focus. You need to focus at this time. That's the message all over this. There's abundance if you work. You can't work unless you're focused. So turn it off. Put your phone on silent. Do whatever you like to get rid of this, and let them leave a message or text or something, and speak to them in your own time. Call them back in your own time, not on their time, on your time. That's really important, because your time has to be focused on this. There's something else here. I'm getting love. There's love here. It feels like someone would like to spend more time with you. There's this kind of, oh, where do I fit in feeling? It's like, oh, do I fit in with this person? Or do they actually care about, am I a priority? Where am I? It's that kind of thing. I think someone's worried about their status with you, or where they are with you. If you know who this is, if you know what this is about, if you're in a relationship and this is what's happening and you kind of feel that, I think someone just needs reassurance, especially if you're about to embark on a whole lot of work, which is what I'm seeing here. You might be about to spend a lot less time with them, and that might make them feel even worse. So if that's happening, and even if it's not, just talk to them, just reassure them, because that's what they need. They need attention, they need reassurance, they need to be shown, I care about you, you're a priority, I'm just busy right now, I just want you to know that. They just need to know that. That's what I'm seeing there. Just needs that communication. Okay, so the last card you have, your presence, the Empress. Yeah, so with this love connection, they care about you. They really care about you. That's what I'm seeing here. It feels like it actually feels like they're trying to give you what you need, which is what the Empress does. She gives people what they need because she cares about them. And they think you need space. They think you need space. You're giving them that impression. That's what I'm seeing here. So they're giving you that space, but inside their heart, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They want to spend more time with you. But it's like they don't want to push you. They don't want to make you feel bombarded, and they don't want to lose you. I'm not seeing game playing. They're not playing games. I think they're just watching you for cues, and they're not getting cues from you, or they're not getting signals from you. And so they're just holding back, letting you have that space. And they're being cautious as well. So a lot of that's going on with them. So if you're in a relationship, or you're just talking to someone, or if you know who this is, there's some kind of love connection there. And if you're feeling that distance, or you know that something's not quite right and they're not communicating that to you, this is probably what's going on in their head. You might not be feeling that distance because you are very busy, but that's their problem. That's what one of their problems is, that you're so busy you're not noticing what's happening. So notice your partner if this is you. Talk to them, just reassure them, just spend that little bit of extra time with them. If you need to work or do anything extra, explain that to them. Say, oh, I love you, I care about you, I've just got this work to do, I'm going to be working over the next week, 2 weeks, but if you need anything, if there's an emergency, I'm always here, but just know this is what's happening with me, just so they know. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Star. This is an absolutely beautiful card. You have these 3 beautiful women up top there. I love this reading. So yeah, look at this. Look at how attractive this beautiful woman is. So there's a lot of attraction. There's a lot of physical attraction between you. They think you're very attractive. But the thing about this woman is we're looking at her from far away. We're not up close. So again, they think you're attractive. They think you're physically attractive. They want to help you. They care about you. But they want to be closer to you. They want to be closer to you, and they're not. They want to get closer to you. So, excuse me. They want to be closer to you, but they're afraid of pushing you away. And they're afraid of being rejected as well. So very, very mixed up. It's like they're kind of in this deadlock. They're kind of like, oh, if I do that, that doesn't feel good. And if I do that, that doesn't feel good. And if I say that to them, oh, I feel bad about that too. And I just don't know. So I'm just going to sit here like the hanged man and not really do anything. So yeah, they might have something in their background where communication wasn't a very good thing in their family. There's some kind of family problem here. I'm not excusing them, and I'm not excusing you either. Some communication has to happen. Some communication has to happen, some reassurance so that they feel a bit better. That's what I'm seeing. And in the Two of Swords as well, you know, one sword's all the way up one side, the other one's all the way up the other side. So you're both there, but you're not meeting in the middle, you're not communicating. And they're really nervous, they're really worried. So my feeling is that this, if this is you, this probably has to come from you. And also in the Star card, if you look at that again, this is about reaching your goals, reaching your star. So this is another reminder that you to keep working, and you'll get the star, you'll get the reward. So yeah, the next card you have for your future is the Two of Wands. Yeah, this is okay. This is a bit difficult. Okay, I'm going to talk about these two together. This and the Knight of Wands. Okay, this looks like a bit of a warning. I think I saw a similar thing to this maybe in your last reading. Not this card, but what I'm seeing in this card. Okay, so I'll just say what I'm seeing. Watch out for someone who might try to isolate you. This is something to do with work, something work related, someone around work or something about that. I don't know, something about work. Now, there's some kind of competition here. And there's information here. It feels like someone's going to try and keep some information from you or keep a secret from you. So, but this is all about information. They're not letting you know something. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, there's something you need to know. There's something you need to know. You're not being told whatever this is. You're not being told this. You're not being shown this. If you look at this card, there's a moon in the corner. But it's not a full moon, it's a crescent moon. So you don't know this yet. You probably don't know this is all happening right now, that they're trying to do this deceptive thing. But it is going to become a full moon, and you'll find out later on. You will find out. So it's all going to come out. It's all going to be revealed to you. Now, when this comes out, I think you're going to have to be really careful not to lose your temper, like this knight. Be very, very careful. Especially if this is around the workplace. But it's going to come out. It's going to come out. And what they're doing is not going to help them. If they feel as if they're trying to withhold things or do all these nasty tricks to try and get ahead of you, because there is this competition in their head, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. If you have any idea of who this is, and I think you might have an idea because your instincts are really good, just know you won't have to worry about this. You won't have to worry about any of this. It's all going to take care of itself. And I think there's going to be, there's going to be trouble here. They're going to find themselves in trouble. And there's trust here, and it's broken trust. Broken trust. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen to this person, I think. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to do anything. It's all going to take care of itself.